For today. Let's just get rid of that so we've got clean space. Um, okay, so just drawn in this trend line. No, we didn't have it in yesterday, but I picked it up this morning. As you can see, the pie touched it there, kind of try to use it as a support, use it as support here again, and then when it broke through it, used as resistance, and used the support, and now we're above it. Okay, so if I look at the US markets are very much range bound. Let's just get that back to a yellow for us. Okay, and bottom of range is pretty much right there. The DAX has been a funny one because this top of range has been down here for quite some time, and then it's just widening the range all the time. So I think it's safe to say that that is kind of the range that we're in at the moment. However, what I'd like to point out here is this previous top of range, and let's just go to the 3 hour. So you can see the amount of times that we interacted with this level. Broke above it, hit that trend line, hit the trend line again, and then day before yesterday we rallied quite hard, came up sort of above that area, and now we're sort of hovering at the moment. And rule of thumb is the longer we go sideways, the worse it gets. Now, I know the US market sort of sold off going into the close, and I just want to have a look at what is transpiring with the DAX at the moment. DAX futures, is that possible? Up 1%. Give me one sec, guys. Just want to refresh this. Yeah, DAX futures up 0.96%, 11,066. 11,066. So we 11,066. Just get where that is. Probably in this area. Nope. Okay, we're pretty close to where we 11,066. Obviously, we fell off with the US market going into the close, and then have recovered slightly. Anyway, so I get rid of that. So at this stage, we are more than likely going to be opening flat above this trend line. And then the other thing that I want to point out is this trend line intersects the original top of range that we had drawn in right here. Okay, so that's 10,827. Now, this move is pretty big for a break above a trend line as well as a sort of a horizontal trend line and a descending trend line. So this is something that I'm really keen to watch because this could be setting up for a bit of a move to the upside. Okay, it could also fizzle out because looking at the oscillators could just be top of range and then drop below this trend line back to the bottom. So I'm not really keen on taking a long in this area. I'd much rather prefer being long off this gap here or even off the bottom of this range. Let's get to the hour, see if there's anything different here. So nothing really. I need to look to the left to see what kind of structure can I see. And this here is the closest bit of structure that I've got in the short term. And you'll see the amount of interaction we've had between these two levels here. So you can see use the support there, use the support there, resistance, 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 support, support, broke through, never came back to test it, used it as resistance there, which looked like a test, then broke out, and we haven't used it as support again. So that would be fairly logical to me to come back, pull back into an area here. I do see a bit of a measured move here, back on structure. So I'm going to have to go down another level. Let's get to 15 minutes here. This is interesting me, guys. This is really interesting me for a move to the upside, but not in the areas that we are at the moment. So I want to see us come back onto structure. So I think this is the area that I'm going to be watching. So that is it's 10,786, and the bottom area here is 10,747. That's the area that I'm looking to go long on. If I don't get structure there, then I'm going to be waiting down here at the gap. The gap also has a fairly strong level. And I think if you just take that to something like the 2 hour, you'll see what I mean here. Look at all this interaction in this area there. So you pretty much got a zone here of potential support as well. Okay, last thing is, from a technical point of view, let's get rid of all this noise. So from a technical point of view, we have a low. Let's block it. There's our low. Okay. We have a previous high over there. And now what has formed is a higher high. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for a higher low off structure to get me long for another move up. And that move up would be something in the region of wherever that structure is, something like that. Okay, so move up, retrace onto a level, get some price action off that level, and we get long again. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at. And this area here does interest me off the gap. That would be a fairly decent trade. 10, 5, 3, 1. Naturally, being the DAX and the fact that I don't know much, it could just rally from here or fall to the floor. Never know. So let's get rid of those blocks. Okay, so I think I'm not comfortable taking along with the area that we're in at the moment. So I want to see a decent pullback onto structure. That would get me long. Would help if I've got oscillators all grouping to the downside as well off that structure, and allow me to get a pretty tight stop loss, and then look for a retest to the next level. But that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Sitting on the sidelines until something materializes that's going to get me really excited. This trend line break is fairly interesting because it's broken and tested, and we're sort of still hovering above it. So let's wait and see what happens at the open. If this holds, there is a little bit of an opportunity to be long here, basically on a break of that fractal there, and your stop area is going to be here. I don't like it that much. I'd much prefer a deeper pullback, and assuming that this is just one big range. So I want to see a deeper pullback, a higher low form, and then a move to the upside. Okay, anyway guys, that's it for me on the DAX. Hope it helps, and we'll catch you later. Cheers for now.